Hello, hello. Good morning. Mic check. Looks like it's working. Okay. Well, thanks for hopping on. I it's been an interesting morning. So I haven't traded that much this morning. I traded at 4 o'clock a little. Um and made a decent amount, but got in a little early with some of these energy plays. So I was covering on some of the moves up. So not as good of a morning as it could have been, but basically break even at this point. Yeah, basically break even because I'll pull these up. It's the same plays that are still hot right now. HUSA. So this is the main one that I got a tad bit early on this 4 a.m. pop. I wasn't expecting this second leg up, so I ended up having to take a loss on this play. And then I re-entered when it broke VWAP. So geopolitical tension obviously is why these plays are up. Let me get the rest of them pulled up. USEG. But yeah, I'm sure y'all all have heard at this point that Israel bombing Iran nuclear facilities. And sorry about that noxious alarm. But yeah, so um, as usual, oil stocks are popping, which is not uncommon when things like this happen. Historically, I'm sure some of you that have been trading for a while knows how these play out. They'll pop, hang out, and then they'll kind of hang around, not go completely back to where they were, but much lower. If this escalates, and then if there's a good reason for them to pop again, they will, but they don't immediately go back to where they started until like most of the BS is over, and then they'll fall back down. But again, that's just kind of what they've done historically. You can look back at uh, like charts for which one is this? USEG. This might be a bad example because this one took off. Was this in January? Yeah, January. This was when Trump took office, and he was drill baby drill stuff. So that got these pretty excited. But last time there was like geopolitical tension. Um, let me see, they usually do things like this. So pop, hang out. So it's not like you know how you see some of these stocks where they'll just like go up substantially and then next day it's back where they started. So these are a little bit more of like a slower fade if the bombings war continues. So yeah, just wanted to cover that real quick. So the plays I'm in right now are well, I'll get to let me save this one for last. But HUSA, I'm in this one. Would like to see a fade, but I have enough cash on the sideline that if it does want to pop back up here, um, I'll be ready for it. The thing I like about, let me pull back up this one. The thing I like about this one is the HUSA is the 200 moving average is about $11. So historically, it struggles like many of these trash companies to stay above that. So good chance it will fall back below that by end of day. RBNE is another one I'm in. Um, so this one had a little bit of a later start too. It didn't pop exactly at 4, but it did start getting bullish. I'm in this one. Don't have the best average. I should have had a better average than I do. I'm at 1050. But as we're speaking, it's starting to pop. So I might add some more right here actually. Okay, I'm in 400 shares now. And then, so back to what I was saying. So I'm in RBNE, HUSA, USEG, and KLTOW. That's the KLTO warrants. I'll elaborate on why I'm in that play in a little bit. But anyways, these are the plays I'm in right now. Haven't been up a long time, so there might be other plays I get into, but these are the main ones I'm looking at. I'm expecting most of these to fade throughout the day. TMDE, what is that? Oh, that's another energy play. So obviously energy plays are the theme today. It's not like crypto theme where it's just like I'm trying to avoid, but it's definitely a theme today. Breaking new highs. So let's look at the historic chart on this one. This is the newest one I just entered. It's kind of got a weird chart. Need to do a little bit more research on this company, but yeah, so these are the plays I'm in. Let me look at the comments. Good morning. Good morning. You shorted RBNE, but only made $100. Hey, you've made more than I've made on it. I've been red in it the whole time. So, but yeah, I'm red in most of my energy plays right now. USEG, I'm down 190. RBNE, down about 300. HUSA, break even. I'm going to keep an eye on these at market open. I don't think they all will remain strong. It matters which one, if any, gets super bullish. And I think there's a chance it could be RBNE. And KTLO, long story short, they this is kind of a repricing play that I'm actually in KLTOW. It's got like, right now in pre-market, it has literally no volume. But the reason for this play is it's kind of like a repricing play. So I entered this position because the warrants for KLTO. So long story short, this got bullish, KLTO, and then they lowered the price so they could exercise the warrants to $1.35, hence why this has been moving. It was trading for literally a penny because the warrants were priced at like $3.50. They were useless. So then they repriced them to $1.35. It shot up, these warrants, and these will get reversed and back price at $3.50. And when that happens, as long as KLTW, which it is under $3.50, these are going to be useless again. It gets reversed at June 20th. So I'm basically swinging this to June 20th. So long story short, they repriced the warrants. It caused it to go up, but they go back to the $3.50 price June 20th. And as long as KLTW, which it is, KLTW stays under $3.50, I don't think that'll be an issue. It's currently at $1.94 now. But yeah, if by June 20th it's still below that, these warrants are now useless, and then they'll should be worth about a penny by the 20th. So a little repricing play. Is there risk? Yes, there's risk because this could get bullish again, but that's about the only risk. And technically, I guess they could reprice it again if they get shareholders approval, but it's one of those risk versus reward plays for me. So CGTL. See you, Alex. Let's see. Is this one of the plays from yesterday? Yeah. This actually probably wasn't a bad entry somewhere in here, north of 2. Cool. I'll keep an eye on this one too. Got super bullish in after hours, so I don't like that move. But it does look like it's starting to fade. But yeah, so that's the main plays I'm interested in. Would like to have a good Friday. I mean, a productive, make a lot of money Friday. Had a decent week for traveling, but I would like to end it pretty strong. So hope it plays out that way. RBNE, I might actually trim some of this position right now. So I'm in a little heavier than I want to be with it looking like it's wanting to break new highs. Trying to wait to see if it closes. Y'all know I like to see the 5-minute candle close above a high. So if one of these closes above that, I'm going to close out some of my positions or trim RBNE. It looks like it's wanting to. Yeah, it's going to. Sorry, just looking at the comments. But yeah, so let's see what happens when the market opens. What do you mean, Alex? More so wants to test shorting multi-day runners. But yeah, I'm hoping HUSA kind of just slowly fades off here. But again, if there's a good chance I mean, there's a very high chance Iran is going to respond to Israel's attack. These could get a little bounce, and in that unfortunate scenario, so we'll see. So that candle technically closed above, so I'm going to just trim a little here and then be ready if it pops again to re-enter, because I'm a little heavy in RBNE right now. I'm 500 shares is a little bit more than I want to be for a $12 stock going into market open. And the thing I don't like about USEG, what was it? This is when Trump did his oil stuff or whatever, Energy America stuff. This has America or US in the name. So apparently it really popped off like to 650. So, but you can see how they usually fade. Like these energy stocks pop, but they do eventually fade pretty hard. So, but it's only around 270 now. So it does have quite a bit of range on it. If it breaks past this pivot, 341, I'll probably have to get out and just see where it tops out at. But yeah, so that's what I'm looking at this morning. Yeah, I didn't play any pops today, Alex, besides the 4 a.m. ones. And I was actually pretty excited because I was up. a decent amount, but then kind of got stuck in some of these energy stocks and had to trim some. So on this little move, I trimmed some of my RBNE. Just I'm not so heavy in it if it decides to just take off. Good morning, Nestor. So yeah, that's what I'm looking at. Ooh, I probably should have waited to trim some of this. Trim a little bit more right now. Okay, now I'm only in 200 shares. Took a small loss, not bad. This is kind of the move I was hoping for. HUSA is moving, that's not good. I was hoping this one would fade. I'm adding some on this little pot. This stock uses up a lot of my buying power. I'm not really sure why. HUSA, at least with TradeZero. But caught that pop 14, so I just entered it a little bit more, get a little heavier in it. But yeah, so spent most of the morning explaining how I feel about these energy stocks and what I think they'll do. So we'll see if that comes to pass. Nice. That 14 was a decent entry. So it looks like it's based on that 1 5-minute candle struggling to get back above VWAP and close. So that's a good sign. But obviously it still can, but that's a very big wick on that 5-minute candle. But yeah, so I covered all my plays, KLTO, RBNE. So it's now wait to market open. I wouldn't be surprised if one of these oil stocks really get bullish. But like I've shown you on the yearly, it usually just doesn't last. Like this is what you usually get, these type of moves, and then it kind of goes back. This was the Trump stuff with the drill baby drill or whatever it was. But a lot of times when there's geopolitical tension, you'll get these moves like this. But it historically has struggled to stay above the 200. So I'm expecting the same thing to happen with this one. I'll go as far to say that I expect most of these to close well below the 200 moving average again. Same thing with HUSA. Going into the weekend, holding some of these plays, I think some of the longs will get nervous doing that, so they'll probably close. Y'all know Friday's my favorite day to short, just because most of these stocks give back. They give back their gains. So. And then KLTO, I want to see this one keep fading. I'm in those warrants. And I'm pretty excited about this repricing play. I think it could play out really nice. Anything else y'all are looking at or I should be looking at? Still 8 minutes before market opens, but um, I'm going to play most of these as they test highs where they test 200, monthly pivots, whatever. So like USEG, I'll re-enter if it tries to test this high. If it breaks, I'll trim or either exit. Same thing with HUSA. I'm going to trade every little pop on this one, just like I did with this 14. And then obviously we'll go heavy at pre-market highs, dip out if it breaks over that. And RBNE, this one will probably be the runner, to be honest. Breaking new highs after 9 o'clock, or it could give it all back. I still, anybody knows why this one became the most bullish? Is there any reason? I don't see anything with the news. I'm looking at stock or Webull chat, see what people are saying. It's a very dependable source. But yeah, it kind of looks like a spin-off shell company. But I could be wrong. Let me see. Dilution tracker. I haven't really looked at dilution tracker for these. None of these energy plays, but I'm about to now. Or AskEdgar. That's what I'll do. And if any of y'all haven't used AskEdgar, I got a link in my description, but I do recommend it, even if you don't get the paid version. Even the free version gives you a decent amount of information for these stocks from a dilution standpoint. It doesn't have anything. As soon as I say that, it has like hardly any information for RBNE. I guess let me pull dilution tracker back up, see if it has anything. First time I've seen that. So yeah, RBNE has positive cash flow according to dilution tracker. Yeah, I don't like that. um, so if this one again breaks a new high, I'll probably dip out. Let's see, HUSA. 12% institutional ownership, has about 10 months of cash left. And then USEG, only 3% institutional ownership and only 4.5 months left. So technically from a dilution cash position, USEG seems to be the most weak out of the ones I'm in. Alex, here's your CGTL play. It's probably not a bad entry here. I might actually enter. Well, how many positions am I in? I'm in 4 already. I'm gonna pass on this one. Once I get past 4 positions, it's just kind of hard to keep up with. But it does look like not a bad play. But I don't like how it got bullish in after hours. But it does look like it's fading. However, I could see at pre-market it break a new high or fade. So we'll see about that one. Anyways, thank y'all for hopping on. Here's my disclaimer. It's not financial advice, educational purposes only. Shorting is very high risk. I'm just showing you the plays I'm trading. And thanks for the likes and subscribes. We'll start trying to do these live streams more often, so I appreciate the participation. Hopefully you learn things. I learn from y'all, learn from me. Hopefully make us better traders. So I'm gonna look at the top gainer list one more time, and then I will, it looks like kind of the same old, so just, what's GLL? It's up 93%. Oh, it looks like some type of buyout. Or GLL, no, that's a That's a gold ETF, I think. Why is it trading at 20 and it was trading at 10? I'll look into that later. But yeah, it's mostly just the energy plays right now. So I was in a few more, but I've kind of trimmed down to just these three so I can keep track of them all. But yeah, 3 minutes till market opens. Let's have a good Friday. I think we will. So that $14 entry turned out to be pretty good for HUSA. I think it's going to struggle to stay to get above VWAP. There's just so many of these energy plays that are popping right now. The money's going to be divided among a lot of these plays, because if you notice that the days where stocks like go 200, 300, 400, 1,000%, there's usually like only one or two decent plays that day. I like when money is spread out between 10 tickers, you know what I mean? Because less likely to see those moves. And if money is spread out over 10 tickers, usually 9 of them will fade like at some point. So I am going to respect RBNE though. It's a cash flow positive and it looks the most bullish right now. So how's it going, Raven? But yeah, thanks Saber for giving me the heads up on HUSA on that pop, because it turned out to be a decent entry. So yeah, 1 minute till market opens. And then if y'all hopped on late, the reason why I'm keeping track of KLTO is because I'm in their warrants. I'm actually pretty excited about that play. As you can see, this one's taking KLTOW. They repriced their warrants to $1.30 or something. And on June 20th, they get priced back at 350 or whatever it was. And this should go back to a penny as long as KLTO is not above 350. And unless something crazy happens, I do not see it back above 350. So those warrants should go to zero. Anyways, the market's open. Let's see how these play out. Kind of keeping it on RBNE. I want to make sure I can cut this one if this starts getting bullish quick. HUSA trying to get above VWAP again. It looks like it wants to fail. USEG falling hard below VWAP. So yeah, as predicted, RBNE looks the most bullish right now. I'm already in it, but if I wasn't in it, I wouldn't even probably enter here, to be honest. I might wait to see where this one wants to top out at. HUSA is trying to prove me wrong. It's trying to get back above VWAP, and it's doing a pretty good job of it. I'm shorting this though. Y'all know that. You should already know that. And I didn't get an entry on it. I tried. I did 1450. Maybe it'll get hit. RBNE. Happy to see it not making a new high. Ooh, CGTL is making a mean move. This is what I was a little bit scared of with this one. Historically, whenever they have a good day, then a very strong after hours, then they at least hold that through pre-market. Sometimes they get pretty bullish. And again, since the geopolitical tension is not going to go away like ASAP, I don't expect these energy plays all to go back to where they started. You know what I mean? They'll fade today, but they'll probably trade sideways at some point. Like for example, USEG might only fall to $2 and just trade sideways until this geopolitical tension between Israel and Iran is over. RBNE looks like it wants to give it back. KLTO is playing out how I want it to. I want it to just slowly fade away. Good, Alex. I'm glad you didn't get in it. Dang, RBNE is looking very bullish. Did it just hold up? That's not a good sign. No, it didn't hold up, but let's see if it can hold this high, which I think it probably will, to be honest. But I'm only in 200 shares now. I was in 500, but I trimmed. Not for profit, basically break even or a little loss just to get my size down if I want to re-enter. None of them are really fading hard right now, and kind of goes along with what I was saying. Unfortunately, I don't think they're going to fade super hard. Most of these will fade, I think, but as long as there's tension in the Middle East, they'll at least hold their gains somewhat, but they'll start giving it back. I don't see, what I'm meaning is I don't see RBNE going to like $4 by the end of the day. I don't see HUSA being back at $7 by the end of the day. More like $10 or not, that's probably best case scenario. I'm up $1,000 on my KLTOW warrants though, now that KLTO is going down. I'm not selling though until I want to wait to see if it gets to a penny, then I'll sell. So this is going to be a swing for me until June 20th at least. Is anything else moving outside of energy? RBNE is going to 2250 Mahal. 2250. Are you trolling, or you think that's really what's going to happen? So it seems pretty random, but okay. Why is it going to 2250? Are you a long trolling, or do you think that's actually a level? And I'm not trying to be a like smart ass. I don't. This one's hard for me to know where the levels are, honestly, because it's such a trash stock. It's just tanked since it's made it to the market. Like, look at this. Like, since April, it's just been a disaster. So depending on where this candle closes, I might trim a little here, but as of right now, I'm still in my 200 shares. HUSA looking a little bullish. You want NINE to pop? What's NINE? Oh, it's another energy one. Yeah, all these. The good thing is money's going to be split up today between all these energy plays. So some of them should definitely fade. It's just finding which ones, avoiding the ones that are super bullish. So again, if this one keeps grinding up, I'm probably just going to get out of it and just not look back, because I don't want to be in the one that takes off. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense, Alex. I'll be interested in this one too if it gets up there. So I'm trimming 50 shares on only 50. So now I'm down to 150 shares on RBNE. I just don't want to be in this one if it slowly grinds up. Re-entered HUSA on this pop. As you can see, it's been struggling to hold above VWAP with these wicks. This candle might be a little different, but until it proves me wrong, I'm going to add to these pops. So I'm in 400 shares on HUSA now. If it breaks and holds above 15, I might trim some of those and then add back at its high, but I'm not confident it's going to do that. None of them are fading though. Unfortunately, this is kind of what I thought would happen. I think they'll fade throughout the day, but it's not going to be clean fades. It's just going to be like a slow grind down, but it's a Friday, so I'm happy about that. That helps our odds. Anything outside of energy moving right now? Mahal, I sent my ultimate RSI on the main chart setting 1090 on the 4-hour. Huh, okay. That's over my head, but I will be on the lookout for 2250 for RBNE. Hope it doesn't get there. So speaking of RBNE, it is giving it back a little bit. I'm going to trim some of my position here below 12. Again, I just don't want, this one is still looking a little bullish to me. So if I can get out with a tiny loss, I'm going to do it right here. Just 50 more shares. So I'm only in 100 shares now. So playing a little bit defensive more than I usually do, but I do think one of these will get bullish. And I personally think it's going to be RBNE. That's why I'm shorting all the HUSA pops. I don't think it's going to be this one. Could be, but I don't think it's going to be this one. I think we're going to see this type of move, then fall back below VWAP, then probably end the day around 10. Don't usually like dropping predictions like that, but that's what I think is going to happen. Unless this one like pops off, which it could, because historically it has. I mean, if you look at HUSA on Trump's, whenever he announced the drilling and the United States energy plans, it did pop pretty hard, but it did not hold its gains. So I'm kind of predicting the same. I expect it to close below the 200, but we'll see. We will see. Carlos, good morning. I'm just seeing what happened with SBET yesterday after hours. Oh, I didn't even see what happened to it. What happened to it? That one wrecked me one day. Oh my gosh. Wow, that's disgusting. That's a disgusting move. I'm saying disgusting because I wasn't in it. Jeez. Was that an offering or what? Holly from Trade Ideas saying HUSA long. I don't know who that is. Yeah, Mahal. I don't really know who Holly from Trade Idea is. So I'm not too concerned on her call. She might be right. Again, like I'm saying, I'm not guaranteeing these are going to, one of these will probably get hot. It could be HUSA. But I'll have to look and see who Holly is. Is she like a perma bull or perma bear or Raven? SharpLink Gaming acquires. Uh-oh. Who is this? SharpLink. Oh, AI. I know you're talking about because I have Trade Idea. Okay, Holly. Interesting. I'll have to look into that. I don't use Trade Ideas, all their features. I need to honestly start utilizing some of their features more. They have a lot of stuff that I don't use. Yeah, I personally think all of these are going to fade. You know what I mean? One of them's going to get bullish, but I'm not promising it. I'm not promising they're all going to fade back. That's for sure. That's just what I think is going to happen. I don't think they're going to fade back to where they started today. They're going to probably stop somewhere and go sideways. SBET, is it starting to curl up? Raven? Right. Oh, wait, I'm still confused though. Right? Wouldn't that be bullish news? That is not why it dropped, is it? Acquires 463 million. Y'all are confusing me in the comments today. Saber. I shorted ASTS. ASTS. Oh, that's a nice little pop. A little pricey for me, above 40, but good luck with that. What's going on with ASTS? Is that a ASTS? Sorry, I'm kind of getting off subject today, but I don't. That's a $13 billion stock. I don't know how to short those. So good luck. Yeah, none of these are fading or fading hard. I'm actually content with RBNE. I was scared that it was going to just take off. So I'm content with whatever this move is. Double top yearly setup. Nice. Yeah, no, there could be a play here. I just don't play them this big of a market cap. Cool. Yeah, and if you get it right, there's a long ways down to for it to fall. Cool, cool, cool. RBNE, let's see what it does here. It'd be nice if it falls below VWAP. Unfortunately, I trimmed most of my position playing defense, but I really would like to see one of these fade though, because I am not, I kind of just break even on the day. I'd like to be in a better spot by now. Is there any non-energy plays that we're playing below like 100 million market cap? Because all the top gainers are energy plays right now, which is not surprising, but I just don't think these are going to fade hard. Wow, RBNE is giving it all back. Let's go. Too bad I'm only in 100 shares. But now I feel a little bit more comfortable. So if it hits VWAP, which it just did, if it bounces back to these levels, I will be interested in another short from 13 to 1350. However, if it breaks a high, that's not a good sign. But we're probably going to get a retest. I don't think it's just going to fall below VWAP. If you're long, this probably isn't a bad entry off VWAP right here, because I think it's going to bounce back up. HUSA trying to prove me wrong. I was talking crap about it not holding above VWAP. EONR. Alex, I see your comment. Ooh, and it's at the 200. Yeah, I'll get in this one. Thanks for the heads up. I don't have enough. I'm having buying power issues today. One of these stocks, I think it's HUSA, is just screwing up my buying power. I'm not really sure why it's consuming so much. Because y'all know I kind of trade with a small account. Well, to me, it's like small. It's enough that I can be a pattern day trader, but yes, I think HUSA is just destroying my buying power. By the way, it's getting rejected now. It's falling back below VWAP. So I'm in sorry, I trade mobile if y'all are new. That's why you don't see it. I like trading mobile. I do the live streaming just for y'all or to show y'all what I'm doing, thinking. But yeah, I entered this one mainly based on it being a sub-dollar stock and it's flirting with the VWAP on the daily, or sorry, the 200 moving average on the daily. So I'm in. And what I'm talking about is this right here. They love to reject right here. Does that mean this one's going to? Nope. But there's a good chance it will. And that's all this game is. This is an odds game. And I like the odds on this one right now. And historically, look at this, kind of to prove my point. Gets above 200, falls back down. Gets above 200, falls back down. So it's enough evidence for me. It doesn't like, so I'm actually about to go heavy on this one, to be honest. Thanks for the heads up, Alex. Okay, let me see the rest of the comments. Sorry, I was focused on that. SBET might be a good swing long. Yes, CJ, it honestly, it definitely could. That's a good call because if it's the biggest ETH holder, and I think they have Ethereum backing as well, like the founder of Ethereum. I don't know if he's on board or something, but he's yeah, it probably isn't a bad swing. I don't trade a lot of long moves, so here we go. This is what I was kind of going heavy with ENOR. This is kind of the move I was wanting. I'm not going to trim here, but I'm up about 400 on it right now. I added 8,000 shares. I'm just going to see if it fades some more. HUSA, still kind of same move. RBNE, same move. And like I said, if you were long, 11 is a good entry, and now it's at 250. So I don't really trade longs, but I still can. It's pretty easy setup. And I don't trade long positions often. I should say I don't ever do it. But I'm already in this one short, so. Yeah, sorry this live stream's a little boring. None of these plays are really moved, but let's go. I'm up nice on ENOR. I might trim some here as it hits VWAP. Oh, you a beer, Alex? That was a good one. Okay. Yeah, these are still just doing the same old, same old. So EONR trimmed a lot of my position right here at VWAP. If it gets back up to the 80s, I'm going to enter heavy again. Just play that move. I'll play it all day if it wants to. But yeah, I'll live stream a little bit longer, but there's not really, y'all know what I'm looking at. I think these energy stocks, they're just going to be slow faders. I think they will fade today, but I don't think I'm going to be holding and expecting them to go back down to where they started. I think RBNE, depending on if it wants to break out, I actually don't think it's going to break out now. I think it's again, I could be wrong, but I don't think it's going to break out. But this one excites me the most. Do I still only have 100 shares of this? Yeah, because I wanted to wait to about 13 to re-add. So yeah, if it gets a 13, 13.50, I'll probably re-add, but this one has the most to give back. It's up over 200%. So I wouldn't be surprised to see this one give a lot of its gains back. But I'm going to re-enter if it gets up to about 13. Yeah, I'll enter. Playing this one a little bit small because it's still a little bullish, but probably 100 shares at 13 then, or maybe. So what do I want to do? I'll set it up now. So probably only enter 50 shares at 12.95, and then I'll enter 150 shares at 13.45. I needed an easy one like EONR, so happy I got that one at least. KLTO still fading, so my warrants are looking good. It'll be a good morning if one of these fade hard. One of these three. And they are not looking super bullish, so I think we'll get it. But just be aware, like if we get a breaking news today that Iran retaliates, which they probably will, these could get a little pop. Just FYI. I don't think it'll be like break new highs pop, but like HUSA, I think it's going to fall back below. I know I'm repeating myself, but there's new people jumping on and jumping off. But long story short, I'm probably going to hop on off here shortly. But HUSA, I think it'll end today around the 200 or a little less. RBNE, it's up 200% right now. I think it will give a decent amount back, but if it breaks out, then that's a different story. And USEG, similar story. I would like to see it break below 220. What's this? 227. That'll give me more reassurance. It's going to keep fading. Yeah, there was a little bit more delay, Alex, and I don't want to misquote it, but it wasn't like Israel did something and then Iran did it the same day. I think it was a few days. If it happens, not to sound insensitive, because I hate that this is happening, period, but I'm also not ignorant to the trade opportunities. So, but I would prefer if they do respond, it to be this weekend so these don't pop. But that's a little insensitive saying that, but it is what it is. We're trying to trade and make money. It sucks that anybody has to deal with what's going on in the Middle East. Prayers to that area, but still going to trade based on these setups. All right, nothing's really happening now. So y'all know the game plan. I'm probably going to dip out in the next minute or two, but main plays I'm looking at are RBNE, still looking, relatively bullish. This could break out. If it tries to break out, I'm just getting out and not dealing with this stock today. But I would like to see a fade here. I do have an entry at 12.95 and 13.45. HUSA, I'm expecting it to fall back below the 200. Not guaranteeing it will, depending on if more news drops out. But in all honesty, Again, I can't give financial advice. This is educational purposes. When I talk about these things, I'm talking about myself. Some of these probably aren't bad swings, like RBNE, like the tension in the Middle East will go away at some point, or it'll lose some news coverage. Like, for example, Ukraine-Russia war, unfortunately, it's still going on, but like, you know, we're not trading based on it. So these will just go back down to where they started at some point. You know what I mean? Like, um, so sorry, I'm looking because I just got another entry on RBNE. So I'm back in this one a little bit heavier. TPET, let me pull it up. I don't want to keep my eye off RBNE too long though, because it's in that area where it could break out. Oh, I see why you're interested in this one. Yeah, if it gets back up to $2. Oh, good call, Alex. Alex, you've been enlightening me the whole live stream. Appreciate it. Yeah, if it gets back to $2, it's that same play like EONR. I'm going to just go pretty heavy at $2, make it prove that it's going to hold over. So yeah, if TPET gets over $2, yeah, I'm very interested. Or gets close to $2, I'm very interested. But yeah, so y'all see what I'm looking at. And of course, I looked away from RBNE and now it's breaking a new high. So I'm going to trim out of this one. Did it just hold up? That's not good. So I'll see how it unhalts. Luckily, I'm not in that many shares, so I'm not too concerned. But if it unhalts, it looks like it's going to open at 14. And again, y'all know I'm not super scared of halts. I know it's scary to some because it could technically open at like $100. That's not going to happen here. Rarely does that happen. But it's terrible when I've never been in that situation. I've heard people talk about it though, but it's looking like it's going to open about 1398. There's still a good chance that it could fail and halt down here because I'm sure y'all have seen that green candle halt and immediately red candle halt. So, but if it opens and starts going north of about 1420, I'm just cutting. Like I said, I don't want to be in this play if it gets bullish. I'm expecting one of them to get bullish. So it might be RBNE. Trim out of the position, and then let's say throughout the day it gets to a high of 15, then it falls back down. If it tests 15 again, I'll play it because I do want to be in this position because this one has had a probably the most overreaction. If that makes sense? But anyways, I guess I'll hang out till it unhalts. Dang, HUSA is getting a little bullish too, but I'm gonna keep adding on these pops. Probably should have some like breaking news alerts today just in case something goes down, so I'll be aware of it. But yeah, I'll wait to see what happens with RBNE and then I'll probably bounce after that. EONR is, that was your call out, Alex. It played out beautiful. I guess I'm probably going to trim the rest of my position here. I'm going to secure some profits and hope it makes its way back up there again. But yeah, that's probably going to be the play of the day for me. And if y'all missed that, basically entered at the 200. It's proved multiple times it can't hold over 200. So it proved it again today. Wish I would have went heavier, but I was in 8,000 shares, but my buying power is all jacked up today. I think it's HUSA. It's like using up a lot of it for some reason. I'm not even that heavy in it. But I'm gonna keep an eye on RBNE here and try not to get distracted, because if this unhalts and gets very like bullish, I'm just going to market order out. Nice. Say where you did end up making money on it. ASTS. Let's see. Like I said, there's money to be made on it. I just don't know how to play them. Nice, bro. Congrats. Yeah, that's a nice little move. Okay, it's on a halting. Let's see what happens. Not a very decisive move. All right, I'm gonna get out of some of the position right here. Still in 150 shares. Now I'm about to get out if it breaks a new high. 1458 roughly. Yeah, I'm getting out. Dang. That's all right. Glad I did. Now it's up at 15. So yeah, I'd probably avoid this play, to be honest, because it's looking the most bullish. But I'm out of it. So maybe this will pull all the attention away from all these other ones. But on that note, I'm probably about to bounce. Thanks for hopping on. And hopefully these will fade throughout the rest of the day, or there's some other opportunity. I'll be in the circle group today, sending out alerts if I see anything else. But on that note, good luck today. Hope we make some money. And I will see y'all next time.